Hello, YouTube. How are you doing? Yes, the markets has closed. We will quickly, as always, well, more or less always, do like a very quick, scoreboard just to see where we are in time. Has anything big happened? If not, we will just briefly go over it like a, 10-minute rapid fire update so you don't have to look at the markets all day. And yeah, I just released an ETF update on the Substack just to see which sectors that looks the best. So go and check that one out. You can find it at uselink INV. Uselink INV, that is. Where is there it is, the list. The list. We will start out with silver down 1%. Had a very negative reaction to the CPI. Basically, the CPI came in lower than expected. That, inflation, the rate of inflation is coming down. Inflation is still high, I think 3%, 2.8, but the rate of inflation is obviously coming down from like 9%. So, but silver reacted negatively, even though we had the Dixie. We will go into that down, I think 0.5% at some point in time. Still within this blue channel, that's basically the only thing we're looking at right now. Obviously, we want this to break, but we also a little bit worried that we're making like a bear flag and we can potentially go down to 25.5 if that happens. Tomorrow we have the initial claims coming in. So gold still looks very good. This is the 1 hourly, by the way, so we're only looking back 1 month or so. Down 0.7% today. 3 touches, like we talked about yesterday. I think this is the main or the biggest probability that we will have the 4th touch and then we go through. And then silver follows just a little bit later. Here we have the gold to silver ratio. We know that's very important for reasons we have been talking about for a long time. Ever since we started to really rally here back in July, we are actually seeing some weakness here. Getting below that, let's make it green so it's a little bit more easy to see. Right there, you can see we're getting below there, retesting now. So there are some weak signs here that potentially we're going lower, which we want to see because we want to see the ratio come down. But also we have to acknowledge the fact that potentially this is just another bull flag and we can go higher. If that happens again, this ratio coming up really hard is, in my opinion, liquidity, lack of liquidity in the system, or at least a sign of that. So the Dixie here tagged the lower trend line more or less to perfection on that CPI release bouncing. So hopefully it's just, a weak one here and then boom, game over. You can see it right there. However, I do think zooming out here that we are probably getting a bigger move here and then that's the way. So we're still having a few months ahead of us where the dollar or the Dixie could bounce here. The reason I say this is that we have actually come down pretty hard, pretty long already. So we shall see here. Hopefully, again, if we do like this, the 30-week will be coming down hard and then the downtrend is complete. At least it has started, yeah. Bitcoin here on the 1 hourly, nothing much to report, down 2.5%. Again, in Bitcoin terms, that's basically daily life, yeah. So nothing major just yet here. Still some sort of a range here. If we start to come down, then I'm getting a little bit afraid for Bitcoin. If we can move to the upside, we have a chance. I say chance to tag the 70K. USD WTI still within that major squeeze, nothing new, down 2%. That's quite large for the oil. However, we still have a massive move to the upside. Currently, we are bull flagging. And so it's still short-term bullish. We shall see. GDX basically flat, back above the long-term golden trend line here. Also trying to break, potentially that trumpet here, right? That would be ideal. But a weekly close above here, 36.6, means we have a weekly close above that golden trend line. So SILJ here, still above the golden trend lines, up 0.5%, nothing major. Some of you maybe have noticed that we are basically back testing that trend line there from these pivot highs here. So let's see if we start to roll over or if we can start to break. URNM, excuse me, the uranium spot price is still holding tight at roughly 82. So it's actually quite remarkable that we haven't sold off, you know. But again, also no bid here for roughly 14 days. So quite insane. URNM still under pressure, 0.8%, nothing major. Short term, I want to show you something really cool here. Again, these are very quick, you know, updates, no in depth or anything. Look at that level there, 41.6. And look at, I want to do like this, look at the volume. There's basically no liquidity or no volume left for the past week or so in the URNM. So whichever way we break here, we are probably going to see volume. Personally, I really hope that we are going to get above there, obviously. But right now it looks very iffy. It really does. The 10-year is finding a little bit support again here, down 0.2%, but it's basically finding support at, you know, 3.7 here, give or take. Still in a huge downtrend. And yeah, nothing new to report. Palladium basically flat, down 1%, nothing major. Palladium here still looks more and more like a bear flag. So again, it looks like we can have another go down. It impresses me how weak, or, you know, in the short term here, that platinum hasn't been, especially given that huge rally, and then we're just giving it all back. Copper flat, still above the $4 level, which is very crucial to hold. Gas here again, we had that topping tail there 3 days ago where we were up roughly 5%, gave it all back. So for now, short term, we are actually bearish, and it needs to hold here roughly 30, 37, 38. We have done the retest of that red trend line right here. So 30 weekly is also coming up. So potentially we actually could be extremely bullish on gas here in the future. This is the best that the gas has been looking in a long time. Coal is coming down again into that double top there. Let's see if the 30 weekly can hold it, and then we can have a real move here in the coal. And I want to switch very quickly to the Heikin Ashi to show you like a zone here. Right there. That's the one to get above. So 152 to 155. If we get above there, I could see a big move in coal. Right, I could see a big move into the triangle high, roughly 200. So pretty exciting for coal. Hopefully we can benefit from that move at some point in time. That's it, guys. We await for the initial claims to be released tomorrow, 1 hour before the open. Have a great day, guys. Cheers. Bye.